Hey you guys, welcome to It's Beauty Binge. All right, so I'm huge into fitness. This is near and dear to my heart, just the whole lifestyle of fitness. And I was a fitness coach for females for years. And I believe every coach needs a coach. So I did some digging and I really just wanted a lifestyle coach to help me. I went through some challenging things in life. I got divorced and it really kind of threw me off my canter. And so a friend actually showed me Johan, but he's really helped change my life in actually a super short amount of time. Like when I came in, I was not eating and I was
Yeah,
you know.
I think you were sitting about 24% body fat, which is not a lot for a female to start with, right?
Yeah, okay.
But I think you were eating sub 1,600 calories.
For sure.
On purpose.
Yes,
Yeah,
on purpose.
on purpose.
We do that as girls, right? We think I will eat 1,000 calories or I'll just barely eat during the days and I'm gonna get results that way.
Right.
And that has been not the case at all.
No, because she actually has a lot of muscle, believe it or not, right? So the more muscle you have, the more calories you actually burn, which means the more calories you need to consume to stay healthy, right? So when she was coming in at 1,600 calories, I'm like, okay, you know what? We got to start you somewhere. It's the same baseline, which is 16, 17.
Yeah.
And now she's eating above, 2,300 calories every single day. We just did her macros a second ago. She's eating 300 grams of carbs every single day, and she looks incredible, right? A lot of women out there, they're scared of eating more food because they think carbs or food in general makes you fat. No, it doesn't. Yes, if you eat pizza every day, that's a different story, but I'm talking great whole food specifically for her body type, and that's how we can implement the nutrition into the muscle group as we train. But you gotta feed your body because your body, food is fuel, right?
Yeah.
Food is fuel.
Yeah. He just told me I'm eating 300 grams of carbs a day. That would have put me in actual panic, spiral attack. Had I had known that before, I don't know if any of you have ever felt that way, like, oh my gosh, I just ate 100 grams of carbs if you log your food, right? Or, oh my gosh, I just had a bagel. Like I eat a bagel every day in my plan with cream cheese.
In the morning.
Mind you?
Yeah.
In the morning. Yeah. With eggs for breakfast. So, anyways, I'm excited to take you on my journey with me. And now he'll put me through some torture.
We're gonna do a little bit of glutes and maybe a little bit of upper body, we'll see. But we're gonna start with the glute exercises right now.
Yeah.
Let's go. So what we're doing right now is we are warming up the glutes, right? So a lot of girls, when they get into a position, when they wanna, fill out the glutes, working on their glutes, the problem with that is they don't actually warm up your glute first. You have to activate it before you actually work on the glute. So that's what we're doing right now. Simple step, we call this just a simple side steps with the band, nothing too crazy. Her knees bent a little bit and we'll literally just open up that glute right there. What do you feel it?
Oh, shit.
There you go. Yeah, so the first things first.
Crazy.
First things first, ladies, before you start your glute exercises, warm up your glutes. Make sure it's activated before you do the hip thrusts or the lunges or whatever you want to do. So make sure it's activated.
Can I throw
keep
something
going.
in there too? Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. Yep. And rest, 30 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Another thing I do want to say, ladies, a lot of times at the gym, and I've done this, we think that we're working, right? We're like, oh, we're at the gym, we're lifting. No. If it doesn't hurt like really, really bad, keep going. Add more weight. Yes? Gauge yourself, right?
A lot of people, male or female, they're afraid to lift heavy.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're not experienced enough, or maybe they don't have a coach, or maybe they don't have a mentor that show them how to lift with intensity. Because a lot of people don't lift with intensity. What that means is when you go to the gym, they're just going through the motion. Right? You're not really intensifying that muscle to really actually grow. So lift with not only intensity, but with intention. So actually, ladies, she's actually quad dominant. So anytime you do legs, when you're quad dominant, your quad takes over every single time. So whatever you do, if you want to work on your glute, warm up your glute, right? If you're quad dominant. Me, unfortunately, I'm already glute dominant, so I don't have to do extensive warm up because everything I do is up to my butt. So it must be nice for me, right? Not really, but let's go, come on.
Okay, okay.
And we are done. So we're gonna go to Bulgarian split squats. That is the optimal single leg isolation for your glute. It's honestly one of the best exercises before we hit hip thrusts. So we're gonna do that. We're done with that. So right now we're moving into Bulgarian split squats, right? But you notice she comes down really slow. Pause and up. There you go. And a lot of people make mistakes where they put their feet way closer to the bench. And the closer it is to the bench, the more quad you're gonna engage. The further away, the more glute you engage. And mentally, you wanna push with your heels right here. Yep. You notice how she's not rushing the reps, right? She's feeling the engagement. Slow it down, 1, 2, pause, and up. There you go. And switch. Another thing I want to talk about too is you notice her left hand is actually on her glute because she wants to feel the connection that is happening in the glute. So I like to have my female clients put their hand on their glute anytime they do glute exercises or any muscle group really, but especially glute, it's to really feel the engagement, and that's why she's doing that. To help more mind-muscle connection, if that makes sense. When you do heavy compound movement, anything with you holding the bar or dumbbell, I like to have the straps. It's because it allows me to not engage my forearm and my grip so much. Like, it takes so much energy for you to just hold a weight, you know what I'm saying? So this takes that away. All you gotta do is put the dumbbell on and you just gotta hover it right there. And by the way, you could actually do double dumbbells if you want on both sides. I mean, you can. I like to do single at a time, to be honest with you, because it gives you less of a distraction if you're holding both dumbbells, right? So, I mean, she could have hold 25 on each side, but why don't we just do 50 on one side? And it allows her to free up her right hand to put the hand on the glute. Good. Pause. Up. Good. And one more thing. You notice how she's not extending her knee all the way up, right? She's not locking that knee. Again, we're not working quad, we're working glute, right? So you don't have to extend it all the way up. Pause, up, there you go. Slow it down, slow it down. 1, 2, pause, up. Okay, so now we're gonna move to our next exercise. It's called hip thrusts. And we're gonna actually use the Smith machines, which is really, really awesome for a lot of people. I honestly recommend Smith machines on hip thrusts a lot more than just a regular hip thrust with just the bar. Plus it's easier to set up, right? It's not like you don't have to move the bar anywhere. So we just gotta set up the bench. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna hip thrust, same thing, same tempo. We're gonna do 3 seconds on the eccentric on the down, and then squeeze up at the top. We're doing 12 reps. That's all we're doing. And again, I don't typically do hip thrust right off the bat because she needed to activate her glute. Now it's activated for sure. So every rep she's doing, it's all here. You'll see. Let's go. Up, yep, there you go, right there. Pause, good, slow it down. And up, pause, good. Good. Yep. Good control, nice and control. Good. Number?
11.
Number?
12.
No, 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. Go. 3, chin down, 2. You got that, pause, and drop. The biggest mistakes a lot of girls do when it comes to hip thrust, right? they would put like 2-3 plates on the other side. And I'm not saying it's not good to lift heavy. You should if you need to. But a lot of times when they increase the weight, it's usually ego lifting because they want to increase the weight. It's not because they need to. There's a difference. So what ended up happening is when you hip thrusting, you ended up using your back or your quad to really push that weight instead of just squeezing your glute. And when I say chin down, what a lot of people do when they go hip thrusting, and if your chin is up, most of the time you're pulling it with your back, right? So chin down, all you gotta do is this movement right here. That's it. See how my chest is not up here? So it's kind of like RDL. Same thing, RDL, a lot of people go chin up and they're pulling with their back. No. Chin down, RDL, hip, boom, that's it. Squeeze. I'm not here, right? So there's a lot of misinformations, and I see people do this all the time in the gym. And instead of working their glutes, I know they're working their quads, lower back, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
If you're feeling your muscle work anywhere else besides that group you're working, lower that weight, right? Point to the muscle group you want to work, like I was doing on the Bulgarian, and that creates that mind-body connection, right? So just start practicing that when you lift on your compound moves, right? Your hip thrusts, your bench press, your squats, your deadlifts, those are all compound lifts, just to make sure the right muscles engaged.
1, good. Good. I'm gonna resist it a little bit. Yep. Up, pause. Good. Pause. Good. Up. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Up. Don't forget that pause. Pause. Up. Pause. Chin down. Chin down. Focus. Pause. So right now I just dropped the weight and we're just doing a 145. And again, this is why I like Smith machines. I can do that because it balances, right? And you can't do this on a regular bar, so it just makes it easier for me. Up, pause, go.
Oh my God.
Good. Up. Give me 5. Up. 4. All the way down. All the way up. 3. 2. Pause. Hold it. Up. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And drop.
Oh my God.
That's a wrap.
Oh my God.
So we're only doing basically 2 exercises today. Typically I do 3 or 4, but we're running out of time. That's okay. But we still get a really, really good intensity on the 2 exercises that we did. I like to do a lot of drop sets at the end, especially with the Bulgarian split squats or hip thrusts. And it's really cool to see her transformation within a few weeks of working with me. And I cannot wait to see what she looks like a year from now. Right, Heather?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be excited to continue to share my progress.